What's going on? It's been a couple weeks since I did an update. Last weekend was traveling. Weekend before didn't feel like doing anything. Air's been pretty bad out here in California. Let's see, what is it? September 27th. So not bad today. Blue-ish skies instead of gray, smoke-filled and ash-filled skies. Let's do some quick updates. White top radishes, I need to get in there and pick it. That one's actually starting to go to seed already. The dill's doing really well. It's looking a little leaning over there because I just got done watering. Watermelon thing, I need to trim it, but there's actually baby watermelon starting again. So there's a watermelon there. And there's a couple hiding over here. I didn't get around to trimming yet. It's about 90 some odd degrees, so I came back and went inside for a little while. The Space Master, the darker green, hasn't really done anything since it got transplanted. I think I left it too long before I transplanted it. The divas were doing really well, then I got aphid infestation, and then it's just kind of killed it off. As these leaves are falling back or wilting, dying off. There's one big cucumber that's hiding there. It's all yellow now. Didn't see that one. And where's the other one that was in here? Yeah, hanging out over here. It's starting to shrivel up. I was hoping to pick it, but then it went the other direction. But yeah, you can see aphids. And I waited too long to spray it, but I sprayed it. Looks like it calmed them down, but plant's dying. Now, there are some healthy parts to it, even though there's some aphids on here. I thought about trying to clone it. So we'll see how ambitious I get in the next couple of days. It's supposed to be up to 100 degrees again this week. Still, so it's going to be end of September, 1st of October, and still 95 to 100. These peppers aren't too bad. They're a little bit small, turning red. All these did not get scorched by the sun, but the plant's kind of slowed down a little bit. Corn's looking really good. It's a little shorter than I thought it would be. It's barely over my head, where the other one's probably another foot taller. That used to be there. Give another week or two, and hopefully there's some corn to eat. The surprising thing, so I've got two bean plants that decided to grow from what was left over down there. Holy cow, look at the ants. Wow, I didn't see those. Look at them things just running all over the place. That's insane. Oh, they're coming out from over here. Interesting. Anyway, so the Chinese long bean, as you can see, there's some 3.5 foot beans hanging out there. See if I can get this up and over a little bit. Yeah, those are like 3.5 feet. And then this bean plant should be the Roma bean. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, there's 6 or 7 Chinese long beans. This tomato plant, I'm just letting it die out. I need to cut it down, just haven't got around to it. Second batch of Blue Lake beans are doing their thing, so give it a week or two. Lots of blossoms. It's been taking forever to sprout, so I bought some Yukon Golds from the grocery store and sprouted them. So there's Yukon Golds in those 6 and 2 in that bucket. That's what's left of the russets. It's still going, so we'll see what happens. It's kind of late to start these, but I just did those today, so we'll see what happens. What's the worst case it's going to do? I lose $2 in potatoes, right? Move the carrots over. So those purple carrots are kind of really, there's lots of small roots on them, and the taste isn't all that great. So Then we got the other, I forget which is which. I think the center is the rainbow carrots. Here, so you don't have to look at the shadow. The center one I think is the rainbow carrots, and I think this is the chantenaise. Onions are still going well. I just cut them as I need them. I started a new batch of onions. These scraggly things were off of my previous batch of onions, and it's those seeds, so I'm thinking that they just weren't real good seed-wise, and because of the heat. And I started some more watermelon radishes, but I spaced them out a lot better. And then jungle update, because I haven't gotten in here and done much in 2 weeks. So the banana pepper is just leaning. I just kind of let it do its thing. I didn't feel like trying to string it back up. They're a little spicy, not too bad for banana pepper. The bell peppers, they're doing pretty well, especially as it starts to cool off a little bit. Well, and then it's ramping back up again, but there's various peppers hiding inside of here, so we'll see how it does. These aurora peppers I haven't done much with. You know, it took so long for the darn plant to grow, and then actually it's grown, and haven't done much with it. So, but beautiful colors all on one plant, so that's kind of neat. Let's see, this is the Sun Gold clone. There's some tomatoes kind of hanging out in there, and it needs to get trimmed a little bit. It's just going so wild and growing so much green and not a whole lot of tomato. The mini pepper plants, there's a little pepper right there, and the other mini plant is still alive. Haven't done anything with it, so it's just surprising that it's actually survived. And the mini tomato plants actually still alive, even though they're just sitting in water. These are the two early girls. This one's gone all the way to the back. This one's coming out the front. So it needs to get a little bit of trimming going on. This is the other Sun Gold clone, and the early girl's leaning on top of it. The Tammy G is finally starting to blossom. Lots of blossoms, so we'll see. All these, like the early girls over here, and up here, and let's see, these are the two better boys. They're all leaning. They were kind of runty. I think just they were so stunted from being almost dead at Home Depot that they've been taking their sweet time. So like I said, ideally in 2 to 4 weeks, based on normal growing time for them, they should have had some fruit on there already, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll see what happens based on weather. And then these three characters here are the ones that I did from seed, and they're actually looking pretty good. But these are bigger tomatoes. I think these are like 90 days, so that's going to put it like into deep November-ish. So we'll see if it actually grows anything or not. Just kind of basing it on weather. And like I said, it's just jungle in here. I haven't gotten in here to clip it up or trim it between weather and just the horrible air outside, so I've just been letting it do its thing. And this is the original Sun Gold, so you can see some tomatoes hanging out back in there. It needs a lot of cleaning up. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of died off, so it needs a little pruning just to get some aeration in there. But ideally, depending on how the weather goes, I'm going to either on this side, which I'm guessing probably because I don't think these are going to do all that well, or probably on this side. probably gonna do, because this is 16 feet long, so figure about 4 or 5 feet, maybe 6 if I go from here to this second rung. Thinking about taking these buckets out for the winter, which they wouldn't be growing anything anyways, and putting up I guess I'll call it an L frame. Putting an L frame underneath the bench, and putting 3 or 4 tubes, and get some lettucey like things, bok choy, chard, leaf lettuce, tatsoi, and other things, as it starts to get cooler, and I roll the sides down. Well, it doesn't matter if I have the sides up or down, just as long as the temperature's right. And get 3 or 4 tubes of some leafy greens going on, which would be every 3 to 6 weeks. Could start new ones or trim them and let them grow again. So other than that, that's the long update. It's been a couple weeks, and like I said, just a mini jungle.